Hi, yogis and bobcats. Welcome to the Ohio University virtual fitness page. My name is Kaya. I'm a yoga instructor at Ping, and today we're going to be doing 30 minutes of Yin. So if you've never done Yin before, what we're going to be doing is holding some restorative postures. So we'll mostly be on the ground. We'll definitely be on the ground completely today. Holding those postures for anywhere from 2 to 6 minutes, trying to get into the connective tissues. So the fascia, the ligaments, the tendons, all those things that kind of go around the muscles and hold them together and also get really bound up by habitual movement. So I'm not going to be playing any music today, just for copyright reasons. If you have any ambient music, something without words that doesn't distract you, you're welcome to play that, or you can practice in silence like me. If you're participating in the Nurse Movement Challenge, please make sure you go on to the portal after this class and log your hours. And final announcement, this one's kind of sad. Unfortunately, due to budget cuts, we're going to be stopping the virtual fitness programs after this week. So this class and my class on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard is going to be the last time that I'm streaming. But all of these live streams are going to stay on our channel, as well as all of the pre-recorded videos that I've made under the playlist Yoga with Kaya. So if you've been enjoying these videos, you're welcome to go find those and continue practicing with me. I hope they've been helpful for you, although I will miss being live with you guys, certainly. The only thing we're going to need today is a bolster. So if you don't have a yoga bolster at your house, what you can use is just regular size pillows. And I like to use 2 of them so that you get a little bit of cushion with both of them. Yeah. Great. So we'll go ahead and get started. What we're going to start with today is something called toes pose. This one is really, really good for opening up the fascia on the bottoms of the feet. So that part of our body gets really, really bound up. I don't even think we realize it a lot of times. So this pose can be really intense. What we'll do, come onto your knees. Knees about hips distance, or I like to do them a little bit shorter than hips distance. You're going to tuck your toes underneath like I have mine, and then make sure that all 10 of your toes are on the mat. So I like to manually reach down and make sure that all 10 toes are gripping the mat. And then this is the whole pose. So you can keep your hands on your knees, palms up. Maybe you bring your hands to heart center. Let the gaze fall closed. And start to tap into the breath here. I think you'll find that as we go deeper into this pose, as we wait a little longer, we'll have no choice but to come back to the breath. It'll become a very intense sensation on the bottom of your feet. And if it ever becomes too much, you're welcome to lean forward and just press some weight into your hands to take the weight off the feet. Just sending those inhales to the bottom of the feet, and then exhaling to release any tension, any stress you might have brought to your mat. And especially taking this time to release any tension or holds that are not necessary here. So notice if you're clenching through your jaw or through your brow, your shoulders, or even your hands. Just really release all that down and focus your breath and your energy into your feet. And just find a little bit of stillness here. Noticing the way the breath travels into the body, maybe bringing more awareness there as you drag the inhale all the way down into your belly. And you can open your mouth, slow and controlled exhale to release it all out. Again, slow, controlled inhale into the chest and then into the belly. Open your mouth, sigh it out. We've got a few more breaths like that. Stay present, stay focused. About 30 more seconds here. You can do it. Stay relaxed through the upper body. And on your next exhale, you can slowly come forward, press some weight into your hands, and very slowly untuck the toes, and then just gently tap the tops of the feet on the mat, relieving that intense foot stretch. Good. And from here, we're going to come into a reclined hero. So this is where we're going to use our pillow or our bolster. So you can just have it at the back of your mat, like I kind of do, if you can imagine that I have my mat. And then what we're going to do is we're sitting on our knees. We're going to bring our knees to hips distance, feet to hips distance, and then so that we can sit our weight in between our heels. We want to make sure the tops of our shins stay on the mat. So we're not on the inside of our foot here. That's going to really be dangerous for our knee. We want to make sure we keep the knees pointing forward, tops of the feet and tops of the shins on the mat as we sit our weight in between our heels. And then this may already be plenty of sensation in the top of the legs. You can stay right here. Come back to your breath. If you feel you have a little more space to move back, you'll have your pillows or your bolster right behind your hips. What we'll do is press our weight into our hands, gently tuck our tailbone, and then slowly start to work back. I'm going to move my bolster a little bit closer in. And slowly start to lower the spine onto the bolster, the pillows. Arms can come by the sides, palms face up, or maybe out at a T for a little bit more intense heart opening. And then breathing into the whole front side of the body, into the neck, the collarbone, the chest, the belly, the tops of the legs. And allow this to be restorative here. We're always finding in Yin a place in a posture where we're at our edge. So we're not necessarily looking for something that's completely comfortable as we might in a restorative yoga class. But we're also not looking to be so uncomfortable, to be pushing ourselves so hard like we do in power vinyasa. We want to find a spot in every posture where we can sit comfortably and sustainably. So we can stay there for a few minutes, not feel the need to move or fidget, but really just sit still and let gravity do its work on our body. Still breathing deeply into the belly. And on your next inhale, we'll slowly start to press some weight back into our hands and our forearms, coming back up to the knees if you're not already there. Take it slow. Keep your neck supported. And then we'll come back to our knees. I'm just going to turn to you guys so you can see what's going on. Keep your bolster or your pillows nearby. We're going to sit our weight off to, let's start by sitting our weight off to the right side of our heels. And then bring the right shin towards parallel with the top of your mat. And bring your left knee towards your right heel. And then we're working towards bringing this left shin parallel to the side edge of your mat. So we've got these deer legs going on. And we're going to start by folding forward. So you may want to have your pillows or your bolster ready. If you do have a bolster like me, it's really nice. You can rest your forehead on the mat like this and just coming down using the bolster to support you. If you don't have a bolster or a pillow, you can easily make do without. So we're just going to listen to our bodies as we slowly start to fold forward over our front shin. And just again, stopping wherever the hips or the backs ask you to stop. And finding that edge. And breathe into the hip sockets, into the legs, into any area of the body where you're feeling the sensation in this pose. Maybe you let your head hang heavy, let the shoulder heads roll forward wherever you've landed. And coming back to the breath. Maybe as you start to settle into this posture, you start to find your box breath. In this breath, we work towards making each of the 4 parts of the breath even in length. So our breaths are not just an inhale, exhale, but also the pauses in between. So if you inhale for 4 counts, you would pause at the top for 4 counts, exhale for 4 counts, and then pause at the bottom for 4 counts. Excuse me, starting to bring some structure into your breath, helping you to find focus and root you to the present moment. Your next inhale, you'll slowly start to rise, pressing your weight into your hands to come back up to a tall spine. Good, and then we'll reach for our prop one more time. On this side, we're going to bring our pillows or our bolster to our right hip so that it extends out long to our side. Yeah. And then keeping your legs in deer, we're just going to twist over to our pillows and then relax our torso down onto our prop, either resting the right cheek on the bolster or the pillows for a gentle twist, or twisting so that your left cheek rests, finding a deeper twist in the cervical spine. And immediately noticing here how this pose feels different than the past few have. How the breath travels differently through the spine as it's all twisted up. And slowly start to settle back in, physically, energetically. Finding your box breath once more. Even as you relax into this pose, even if you may not need as much structure to stay still in this pose, just using that focus. That is the practice of yoga. Slowly pressing into the palms to come back up to a tall seat. And then we'll switch over to the other side. So you can extend your legs out long in front of you. Why don't we just shake them out? Maybe do a little pat on the outside and then up the inside. Do that one more time. Good. And then we'll move over to deer pose on the other side. So we'll bring the left shin towards parallel with the top of the mat. Doesn't have to be exactly parallel. If that's really uncomfortable and you're finding your weight sitting way off to the left, go ahead and bring that heel in just a little bit. Right knee towards the left heel, and the right shin is parallel with the side edge of the mat. We slowly start to forward fold. Again, stopping wherever the back and hips ask you to stop, finding your perfect edge. Finding a sustainable spot where you can stay in stillness for 3 minutes, breathing deeply, resting in the nature of your mind, as the Buddhist masters say. It's this stillness that really constitutes the fundamentals of yin. In a lot of other forms of yoga, we're constantly moving. The philosophy is to elongate the muscles through warmth. And yin takes more of a Taoist philosophy to it and asks us to sit in stillness, not only because it allows us to rest more peacefully in our mind, but also because with all of the habitual movement that gets bound up in our muscles and our fascia, it's impossible to tackle that connective tissue while we activate our muscles. So we have to completely release through the body and then rest in stillness for several minutes, staying for a long time to start to undo some of that movement. If it feels comfortable, maybe you let your head hang heavy, let your shoulder heads roll forward, finding a little bit deeper expression of this posture. If you ever come too far and you find it's hard to take a full breath or it's not sustainable, you're constantly fidgeting, feel free to move back out. There's no rule about staying as deep as you've come into it for the whole length of the pose. It's more about listening to your body. Take 3 more big breaths wherever you've landed. Releasing them just as slow as you pull them in. Ease out of the forward fold, pressing your weight into your hands to come back up. And then keeping your legs in this deer position, we'll bring our pillows or our bolster to the left hip. Again, going straight out by the side. Lifting up out of the low back before we twist to rest the torso on the bolster. Left cheek rests on the prop if you'd like a gentle twist, or right ear to the prop for more in the upper back, the neck. And take a moment to get comfortable here. And then once you do, come back to your breath. At every juncture, whenever a thought comes into your head, whenever the sensation becomes overwhelming, just come back to the breath. That's the practice of yoga. We have 2 more minutes left in our final posture before Shavasana. Can you stay? Can you be present for these last 2 minutes? And can you settle in just a little bit more? Maybe you don't move at all physically, but energetically commit to the last 2 minutes of this pose. Just really settle in. Your next inhale slowly brings you back to center. And then move your props off to the side, out of the way. Extend your legs down towards the bottom of your mat and release slowly down onto your back. Finding final resting pose, Shavasana. Feet can come as wide as you're comfortable, maybe wider than the mat. Hands, palms up by your sides. Feel any remaining bits of tension or stress just ebbing out of your body, being absorbed by the floor. Just commit to this period of rest. releasing your hold on the breath, allowing thoughts to slowly come back into the mind. And let everything melt down into the mat. If you have time, you're welcome to stay in Shavasana for as long as you like. In fact, I encourage it. And if you're ready to move into the rest of your day, you can start to bring movement back into your smallest extremities, your fingers and your toes, and your facial features. And then bringing bigger movements in, starting to awaken the body. We'll inhale to reach the arms overhead for a good morning stretch. Exhale to roll to your right side, using your arm as a pillow, supported fetal position. And just take a moment here to reconnect to the breath. Notice how the body feels different, how the mind feels different. And then we'll press up to a tall cross-legged seat, keeping the gaze soft as you do so. Bring the palms together in Anjali Mudra. Bring the thumbs to third eye center. May you have peace in your thoughts. Bring your thumbs in front of the mouth. May you have peace in your words. And bring your thumbs to your heart. May you have peace in your heart. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and doing Yin with me today. It was wonderful to have you. Like I said, these classes will be ending after this week, so make sure you tune in on Wednesday for my last live stream. And of course, keep practicing with all the videos that you normally do. And have a wonderful week, yogis.